Today we're taking a look at the Philadelphia 76ers vs Washington Wizards match, which is happening on Wednesday, May 26, 2021, and giving you my betting tips and predictions in general on this game. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours and hours of your time searching the internet for some fake betting predictions and losing your money because of it. Join High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advices instantly. The Wizards played with a feverish effort but came up short late in the game on Sunday, losing by 7. The Wiz went on a 10-0 run late in the first quarter with Embiid and Simmons on the bench. Bradley Beal, who torched the Sixers for 60 points in January and has been bothered of late by a strained left hamstring, and Westbrook combined for just 20 points in the first half, but Washington led 62-61 at the break. Beal finished the game with 33 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. In the contest, Washington shot a hot 55.7% from the field, including 8 of 20 from three-point range, and knocked down 12 of 15 free throw attempts. The Wizards were plagued by 16 turnovers in the contest, taking away possessions that could have led to points. Bradley Beal led Washington with 33 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists in the loss. Russell Westbrook posted a double-double himself with 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 14 assists. Davis Bertans 14 points, 5 rebounds. Daniel Gafford 12 points, 6 boards. Alex Len 12 points, and Rui Hachimura 12 points were all in double figures as well. There are reports that the Wizards should move Bertans into the starting lineup as the team was +9 in his 28 minutes of action, while they were -19 in Hachimura's 36 minutes and -16 in Len's 16 minutes. He could step in to replace Raul Neto, 3 of 5 from the floor, 1 of 2 from three-point range, 7 points, 3 rebounds, -14 in 22 minutes as well. Tobias Harris showed why top-seeded Philadelphia might have its own big three worthy of winning a championship. He scored 37 points and grabbed 6 rebounds, carrying Philadelphia's offense when it faltered early to a Game-1 victory on Sunday afternoon. Superstar center Joel Embiid was whistled for 3 fouls, and the Sixers missed 14 of 17 three-pointers in the first half, leaving it up to Harris to carry the offensive load. Harris spent the season believing he was worthy of an all-star spot, rightfully so, and bolstered that belief with 28 points on 12 of 19 shooting in the half. Philadelphia had a tougher than expected battle in Game 1 of the series, but when the game hung in the balance, they showed why they were the top team in the Eastern Conference by coming up with a victory. The 76ers now try to extend to a 2-0 series advantage here by taking care of business again. Philadelphia let a 10-point first-quarter lead slip away as they were down 1 after the opening stanza and at the half. The Sixers hung on for their first playoff win in 2 years, even as Ben Simmons went 0 for 6 from the free throw line and scored only 6 points. He did have 15 rebounds and 15 assists. Embiid still managed to score 30 points while being in foul trouble most of the contest. They won a whopping 27-5 in the regular season with Simmons, Seth Curry, Danny Green, Harris, and Embiid as the starting lineup. Tobias' 28 first-half points were the most by a Sixer in a playoff game since the legendary Allen Iverson scored 30 against New Orleans in 2003. The 76ers held a 6-point edge after 3 quarters and extended to lead by as many as 11 in the fourth quarter. Philadelphia saw Washington get within 4, but that was as close as they would let the Wizards get en route to the victory. Washington battled but couldn't slow down Philadelphia enough to get a victory in the series opener. The Wizards try again in Game 2 here as they look to even the series before heading home for Games 3 and 4. On Sunday, Washington trailed by 10 midway through the first quarter but rallied to lead by 1 after the opening stanza. Washington made the playoffs by routing the Indiana Pacers to emerge from the play-in tournament as the East number 8 seed, returning to the postseason after a 2-year absence. The Wizards were in a tailspin early in the season, dealing with injuries and a COVID-19 outbreak. They started 0-5 and were a troubling 17-32 in early April. They managed to rally and make the playoffs at 34-38 and are trying to become the first team with a losing record to win a playoff series since the 1987 Seattle Supersonics. They face an uphill battle against the title contending Sixers. This is going to be a test for the Wizards, as they have really struggled on the defensive end of the floor, and that continued in the opening game of this set. Washington allowed an average of 118.5 points per game in the regular season and has followed that up by giving up 118 to Boston, followed by 115 to Indiana in the play-in tournament, along with 125 points in Game 1 of this series. The Wizards held that 1-point margin at the half and trailed by 6 after 3 quarters. Washington hung around the whole way but couldn't draw closer than 4 in the final quarter as their defense was unable to come up with the critical stops. That was a continuation of their regular season performance, as they were last in the league in scoring defense. My first betting advice for that game is to pick Philadelphia 76ers -8. The Washington Wizards played pretty well in their opening game loss to the Sixers on Sunday. They lost 125-118 and covered the 8-point spreads. They shot 56% against one of the better defensive teams in the league and actually out-rebounded the Sixers. In many ways, they outplayed the number 1 seed. The Washington Wizards could use an upset win here to even up the series at 1-1. The Washington Wizards are averaging 118 points on 55.7% shooting and allowing 125 points on 49.5% shooting. Bradley Beal is averaging 33 points and 10 rebounds, while Russell Westbrook is averaging 16 points and 14 assists. Davis Bertans is the third double-digit scorer and Alex Len is grabbing 3 rebounds. The Washington Wizards are shooting 40% from beyond the arc and 80% from the free throw line. The Washington Wizards are allowing 31.3% shooting from deep and are grabbing 41 rebounds per game. Bradley Beal seems to be feeling healthy, and that's a good thing, as he scored 33 points with 10 rebounds and 6 assists in the loss. Russell Westbrook added 16 points and 13 assists, while Davis Bertans dropped 14 points. Alex Len, Rui Hachimura and Daniel Gafford all had 14 points for the Wizards. They have no injuries coming into this game. The Philadelphia 76ers got the job done in Game 1 of their first-round series with the Wizards, holding on to a 125-118 win to go up 1-0. But they didn't look all that great. They were outshot and out-rebounded by the Wizards. The reason they won was because they got to the foul line twice, as many times as Washington. The Philadelphia 76ers look for another win to take a quick 2-0 series lead. The Philadelphia 76ers are averaging 125 points on 49.5% shooting, allowing 118 points on 55.7% shooting. Tobias Harris is averaging 37 points and 6 rebounds, while Joel Embiid is averaging 30 points and 3 assists. Seth Curry is the third double-digit scorer and Danny Green is dishing 2 assists. The Philadelphia 76ers are shooting 31.3% from beyond the arc and 69.7% from the free throw line. The Philadelphia 76ers are allowing 40% shooting from deep and are grabbing 40 rebounds per game. Tobias Harris had a big game for the Sixers, pouring in a game-high 37 points with 6 rebounds. Joel Embiid was also good, scoring 30 points and grabbing 6 rebounds. Seth Curry added 15 points, while George Hill and Danny Green each had 11. Ben Simmons only had 6 points, but he had 15 rebounds and 15 assists. Curry got banged up and is questionable for Wednesday's game. My second betting advice for that game is to pick over 230.5. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.